quarterfinal number 4 underway now. Sally Fitzgibbons is going to be taking on Bianca Buitendag, and some movement in the lineup here, and it's Sally taking off deep and setting up the barrel, stalling for the tube. She finds her way out. A beautiful looking ride, and racing down the line now, trying to stay ahead and find some open face to work with. She doesn't get it. Ended Sally's world title hopes for 2014. So Sally trying to get some revenge back. She would love to win this event. The Water Patrol buzz those out to Sally in the lineup. Just on 31.5 minutes remaining. Scores in. No major numbers dropped in by our competitors from that opening exchange. A 2.67 for Sal. She did find a bit of a barrel at this time of the season, especially going into another campaign in 2016. So she's got to look after those ears as we see Bianca on a solid looking set wave. Huge backhand turn there. Really driving hard into that first maneuver, but that wave shuts down and Bianca kicks out.
Had a final in Brazil in tricky conditions, so Bianca would be highlighting these kinds of events, Fiji, Maui, as her forte, with a bit more water to work with.
4.33 for one turn. Let's have another look at it. And you just start to imagine if she can let go of a couple of these sorts of maneuvers on a rod, she's going to be going well into the excellent range.
You see that way that she pretty much is coiled up and then able to just disperse that tail out the back. She doesn't ever get too... She always keeps that kind of compression in her legs. She doesn't extend them too much, which really gives her that bit of spring. You know, she's in the quarterfinals at the moment, but the best is yet to come, so that gives her a bit of leeway to really let loose.
Well, here she is again on the inside. Critical turn to get started. Times it better on the second move. Throwing up a nice big fan of spray. Let's see if she can really add some points with a strong finish. She hangs on to that last maneuver.
Let's have a look. Bianca just sets up this line. Like the way she regathers herself after that turn to get straight into that second hit. She brings it through to the inside and is able to peel off that turn. So 3 strong maneuvers from Bianca.
Tell us a little bit about the area that Bianca grew up at and the kind of waves that she surfed. Kicking off the year with a 2nd place on the Gold Coast in 2014. Finishing the year with a semi-final to get herself into 7th spot. And she's got a big line off the bottom into this first section. There's some of that aggression that Sally's been displaying through the earlier rounds, and again puts her board on rail, puts her head down and really digs in. A 3rd solid swoop and a solid answer from Sally. Bianca had a 7.17 on her previous ride. Sally's about to put a big number up, and here goes the South African on the 2nd wave in the set. Looking for a huge finish here. Wow. Super committed on the closeout section. Great control to ride out of that turn. It didn't really look like much. But let's dive into these replays, because Sally Fitzgibbons picking off one of the waves of the day. Have a look how perfect this ride is.
Here she goes. She just attacks that lip straight off the bat, drops down into that line, gets it going again. A bottom turn, swooping maneuver there from Sally. I love the way that she's arching that back knee in. It's giving her that ability to come straight out of the move and get busy with the next section. So
strongest maneuvers were, well, basically all 3 of them were really strong.
Yeah, I think that first turn from Bianca could have been a bit more aggressive, but this turn over here, that really is the essence of that ride.
Sally Fitzgibbons gets herself a 9.2.
She's got more aggressive. She looks like she's having a lot of fun with competing at the moment. Let's just have another look at this 9.2, that bottom turn under the lip hook. I mentioned that knee that she's starting to really get low to her surfboard. She does it again on this turn, cranks it in over there. And that just gives her momentum, the way that she rotates over her shoulders, then over her hips, and just moves her whole body towards that critical section.
Well, here she goes again. This is live action. Sally Fitzgibbons is in 2nd place, chasing a 4.9. Bianca Buitendag's last ride came through at a 6.93. And it just looks like Sally's having a ball out there at the moment. Almost surfing with a smile on her face. She doesn't make that last turn, but very aggressive. Bianca Buitendag, she's also lighting up now, starting to get a bit more comfortable. And that was a huge beyond vertical snap. She looks for some more points on the inside bowl. This thing standing up. One of the best battles we've seen unfolding now.
That is so much better from Bianca. Sally Fitzgibbons, straight off the back of that 9.2, just lays into that. That was a beautiful, beautiful move. Second one for Sally Fitzgibbons. It almost looks like this is sped up. She's going at such a fast pace and just able to really time that one beautifully. Unfortunately going down, and then right behind her, this is the urgency I was talking about from Bianca Buitendag, the way she's attacking.
Bang, that turn.
3 turns, precision. That
was hefty, that last turn. Just whipping her board vertically, bashing that lip. This is going to be a huge score. Great variation from Bianca too. Bianca, she really mixed things up, so it could be the biggest number, and it is. It comes through at a 9.87. 2 judges throwing a 10 at that wave for Bianca Buitendag, and she is starting to light up.
I mean, I guess it's just being on better waves and just applying all the knowledge I've learned over the past 7 years I've had on tour, and just kind of buckling down. And
well, there is a number of nice looking waves approaching the lineup at the moment on the inside without priority, and looking to drop. An 8.87 to increase her lead is Sally Fitzgibbons. Nice bowl on the inside. Aggressive approach. She knows she has to go all out to convert a medium-sized set into a better number than an 8.87. Meanwhile, out the back, with priority, able to really pick and choose her rides is Bianca Buitendag, who's starting to really look comfortable on these long rights. Makes the decision there to kick out. But just over 8.5 minutes to go, a nice looking wave approaching the lineup here. Sally Fitzgibbons using priority and with a lot of speed has a nice bowl to work with here and digs into a full rail carve. She needs a big number though to increase her lead over Bianca. I'm not sure if she's getting the opportunity to add enough points here on the inside. It was a strong finish, but a lot of downtime between that first turn and the last. With priority and the heat lead, did she need to go this wave?
It's a good question. I mean, the sets that we've seen coming through, as we see her just throw down that shoulder straight into the carve. This is the downtime we were talking about. Just looking for something. It almost seemed like she wanted to do a reverse or go for the air, do something more progressive. But as we just have a look and really break down this turn, you can see that compression doesn't ever extend but rotates over her shoulders. You can see a little bit of the rail getting buried there, but Sally looking sharp
with the power to pull through that little catch of the rail. With her pick of what's to come, she swings on the first wave, and she has a nice steep wall to dig into on the first turn. Just a nice carve to get started. Didn't overcommit there. Digs in harder on the second move and bringing it through to the inside now. Just got a little caught on the heel side rail then, but still working this one over, but her back foot slipped off on that last move.
Yeah, I mean, that first turn, a little bit kind of drawn out for my liking, but the second one she gets, I love the bottom turn. She draws out that turn, but this is the turn that really got me to sit up and take notice. This is where she kind of mistimes it there, but still recovers well, and then does that hit up the top, and then, like you mentioned, just slips off the front of her board.
She's out at the takeoff zone as well, but she is still going to need an 8.2. It came through at an 8.17.
Wow, just shy.
And this wave's starting to stand up. The water drawing off the reef. And Sally's in a good position, but she's going to let Bianca go. This wave's stretching out. Did Sally make a critical error here? Bianca's grabbing rail, pulling into the tube for a moment. That wave shuts down. Sally knew that was going to happen. Well, quarterfinal number 4 comes to a close, and Sally Fitzgibbons gets a victory lap down the line. A beautiful looking wave. And And she is looking for the barrel on the inside. And she's just enjoying the ride out there at the moment. A great performance for the current world number 3. And looking for a victory here in Hawaii. Mum and Dad on screen. They're loving the show. Tyler Wright, one of Sally's best friends, also cheering her on in this event now. And Sal will be buzzing. A great performance from both competitors with huge heat score totals. Have a look how close that heat was. 18.07 for Sally. Bianca finishes